Welcome to Pause for a Second. My name is Blake.
And my name is Ryan.
And this is our weekly, non-weekly, sometimes here podcast, only when we feel like it.
Our quarter annual podcast.
Yes, we fill a quota to have filler between episodes.
This was, a long time ago, this was Blake's idea.
It was a great idea.
Great idea. Nobody watched it.
Well, nobody watched it because we are still new.
But we've been on the search for way.
Okay, look, we already killed enough time. Okay. We are going to be talking about Resurrection F.
Dragonball Z.
Yeah, as if you guys haven't had enough Dragon Ball Z themed stuff in our arsenal.
Our whole channel's pretty much Dragon Ball Z.
It's Dragon Ball Z right now as it stands.
In fact, let's play Budokai 3 after this.
No. No.
Let's keep the momentum rolling.
No, momentum.
Let's keep the Dragon Ball rolling.
You know what? I give up with you. Some days I just... Yeah, okay.
Oh.
Anyway, no. We're getting off track. Okay, so what you guys want to hear is about Resurrection F. Is it awesome?
Yes. That's the answer.
Okay, that was our review. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
No, we're just kidding. Of course, we're going to be talking about Resurrection F. So, the first Dragon Ball Z movie since Battle of the Gods premiered last year.
Yes.
And did it disappoint? Not for me. I'm actually a rabid Dragon Ball Z fan. So, what?
I don't know. I think what people were expecting was... You know what? I can't think of a justified way because Freeza has been humiliating deaths and.
Well, anyway, Freeza is back, and he is actually one of the pretty much the most iconic characters since he was all first. It was like first hearsay, and then you kind of saw him, and then he got even more powerful as the series climax progressed before Goku went Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
So if you guys haven't seen it already, I mean, talking about Dragon Ball Z, if you are watching this, you already know what Dragon Ball Z is. You already know everything about it, and if you have like a otaku level style of knowledge,
if you're not that into anime or Dragon Ball Z, if you know who Frieza is, if you saw him, you know what Frieza is.
Anyway, yeah. So Frieza is an iconic villain, and especially in Resurrection F, he actually takes center stage and does a really good job. The writing for this movie is absolutely phenomenal. It's probably one of the best Dragon Ball Z movies I've ever seen.
Yeah, because I liked it because it had a very good pacing to it. I mean, it starts off strong, and it keeps that momentum going. It keeps the story flowing. Everything's kind of relevant. Now, the thing is because the previous movie, Battle of the Gods, it had a really strong start, but in Battle of the Gods, it comes almost stopped with the next setting, and it slowly crawls back up. Now, it pays off in the long run.
That's where we're going to have to actually disagree, because I actually really do like the pacing of Battle of the Gods, but even though this is actually better paced as far as Goku versus Frieza, this is actually a lot more better pace as far as the writing's concerned, as far as the battles are concerned. It does a great job of establishing itself. It has a great environment to it. It starts off great. In the middle is great. And anybody who is a huge Dragon Ball Z fan, you're going to like the fighting. The fighting is probably one of the things that was the best of the movie.
Yeah.
The movie had one of the best fight scenes, like the climax. Usually at Dragon Ball Z, the ending battle is pretty much what you're building up to, and the other battles are just filler. This was actually it's filler, but it was good filler.
No, it's not filler. It was
good filler. Come on now.
What
they were fighting was filler. Come on, man. It's nothing but a bunch of minions.
But still, they always had minions in their movies. But at least it showed off some of your favorite characters coming back and doing something. They're not just like, hey, we're here to spectate, like in some movies.
Yeah, we're here to just kind of do a couple punches and then watch. No, it's not like that.
So anyway, I appreciate what they did. They show how they're still part of the story. They're still part of the team.
Yeah, exactly. So, the movie in itself, as far as visuals go, it's probably one of the best I've seen. And if this is what Super's going to look like, it's going to be freaking awesome.
Yeah, it's a good looking movie series.
Yeah.
Especially if they decide to keep going with more movies.
And for any of you who are curious, yes, this is a continuation of Battle of the Gods. So it is Akira Toriyama who actually did, the screenplay, the writing, and he actually did, what did he do? That was the producing. You know, I think he just gave him credit for the original characters, correct?
I missed that credit.
No, it was in the very beginning, like the opening credits.
A lot of things happened since that beginning, bro.
A lot did. And a lot was actually pretty cool. But for the most part, the movie itself is actually very, very, is very well evenly paced, very well animated. There's a lot of things that are to like about it. The soundtrack was great, the music was great, the battles, every battle that was, if you guys ever watch the show, you know that the battles are brief and the talking is plenty. But in this one, there's very few scenes where they are going on and on and on, talking about how strong they are. Rather than that, they're actually demonstrating how strong they are.
Yeah, the dialogue fits what's need to be said. All the lines that need to be said, and then let's get that scene started, and then let's get the action started.
Okay, now that clears up the basic premise of it. Now, this is a spoiler section. So if any of you who want to go watch the movie, stop it right now. Go watch the movie.
If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, just watch it.
If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, watch it. So for my final review of it, it will be a full price. Go out and pay for it. Go out and see it. It is worth your time and money to go see Resurrection of F. If you are a Dragon Ball Z fan, if you've seen Battle of the Gods, you are going to love this movie. It is absolutely great. Go see it right now. Now, for the rest of you who want to hear spoilers, we're going to spoil the movie.
Yeah, spoiler time.
Next 10 minutes is all full of spoilers. So, Ryan, begin with the story.
Frieza comes back. Because I had a different thought I wanted to do, and then you said, let's talk about story. And
what do you want to talk about then, Ryan? Here, go for that.
Okay. Because I was getting ready to say...
Go for it.
What I appreciated from the movie was the explanation of how they brought back Frieza.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't like, hey, bring Frieza back. Okay, bam. No, they actually had a little bit of explanation of how, because...
Well, they covered that with actually showing what happens to Frieza's forces.
Yeah. Exactly. So, I appreciated how it didn't just lazily... to say hey, Frieza's back alive. He just walked right out the door.
I like how you smile at me when I interrupt you, because it's like, I had a thought, and you went over and put your thought in the middle of my road, and it's basically what you did was build a construction block, blocking my road of thought, making my 3-lane thought a 1-lane thought.
Yeah, Blade likes derailing my train of thoughts.
Only once in a while.
Hey, that's Ryan's train of thought. Knock it over.
You must never have it.
My train of thought is my train of thoughts.
My thought.
My thoughts.
So, it's actually a pretty interesting, I'm going to agree with Ryan. I liked how it started out. It was one of the greatest things I've seen as far as, I don't want to keep using great. I mean, it's not going to be my word whisker. I'm just going to say it had a good beginning. It had a really good beginning. They go searching for the Namekians and they can't find them. And they go over and they try to get Frieza by going to Earth, finding the Dragon Balls there, risking it because they don't want to fight the Super Saiyans that are there. And they end up bringing Frieza back, but now it's kind of like, once Frieza comes back, once Frieza's back, he really does show how evil he really is.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be Frieza without that.
It would not. I mean, if you guys want to see Frieza, calm and cool and collective and all that stuff, that's exactly how he is. Overconfident in everything that he does.
It's literally they brought back that Frieza as who he is. From the show, they brought everything about him back.
So everything that you like about Frieza, you're going to love it. You're going to love everything that happens in this movie. Sorry. Tuberculosis. It's killing me again.
You're not dying, you think you're dying.
That's okay. Death is an illusion.
In the Dragon Ball Z universe it is.
Yes, it is. Now go get a Dragon Balls and cure my cough.
You saw how calm Krillin was? He wasn't even phased that he could die that day.
Yeah, I know, huh? That was actually nice. So,
let alone Roshi.
So when we get to this, so Frieza now realizes if you guys haven't know a little bit about the lore, Frieza's power is basically inborn. So he's basically born strong. He is that strong. That's his power level. And he decides to train. He's never trained a day in his life, and now he's like, well, you know what? Maybe I want to train, and in order to get my revenge. So he goes through his training. Now I'm glad. I kind of a little put off that they didn't show that.
Yeah, that's my thing too. Like, I want to see what
did he do?
What could he do?
I mean, there's your chance to put like a Game of Death style, training method in there, or something that would be like, hey, let's show what Frieza did. What did he do? Did he go in a gravity chamber? Did he go to a planet that had heavy gravity? Did he train somewhere? Did he build robots? Did he find a Serengeti star? I don't know. We don't know because he never talks about how he trained. He just shows up even stronger, which is okay because that fits the pacing of the movie.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably a necessary cut, but you know what? It's just, yeah, just like a little peek of what he'd done, just like a little sample. That would probably have been interesting, but
it would have.
But still, yeah, or what he done to.
I like how you like.
But you know, it wouldn't have given away. It would have given away his weakness.
Yeah, it would have given away his weakness, but you know what? It would have at least. I can understand holding that back so you don't get a chance to, kind of piece it together right away.
Yeah,
kind of would have been nice to let the audience know, what's going on. But it's okay.
Yeah.
Surprises. You could have still had surprises, but at least showing how, like him training or failing or doing something. But you know what? It would have ruined the whole image of what we have of Frieza, which is he's this powerful overlord.
But I did appreciate how they didn't explain what he became. Like,
well, he just ascended, is what he said.
Yeah, pretty much like that. Because it's too complicated to explain what Goku has become, let alone the full explanation of that still.
Yeah.
And then also on Frieza's end, well, there's two. They could bore us with what's the reason of their powers, new powers, but they didn't. And it was a sacrifice, but it was necessary to keep up with the pace in the movie.
Yeah.
And that's what did it. The movie kept flowing along with it. Nice.
And speaking of flowing, so once Frieza arrives up into Earth, you actually have, him. Well, first thing he does is destroy a city.
Of course.
Which is, it wouldn't be Frieza if he didn't at least destroy something or, kicked us off with doing some sort of destruction, announcing his presence. They bring Gohan back in here. Now, the funny thing that had everybody else cracking up is, okay, so Krillin shows up, and 18 cuts his hair because he has hair, but because it is a continuation of Battle of the Gods, she gives him his bald haircut. So Krillin's back in that, sporting that haircut, and then 18 had this funny line that just made me laugh.
Oh, I love that line.
Oh my so goodness. Much line. That was a funny line. Go watch the movie, you'll see it. It's worth it.
It sums up everything.
It sums up that relationship totally in general, and it's not a demeaning line either. It's one of those lines where you go, okay, that's why this marriage works.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, well, if your wife doesn't think that, who else will?
Moving on.
Moving on. So, and then we get, so the fighters that show up, so our Z fighter roster are Piccolo. Of course, it wouldn't be a DBZ movie without Piccolo.
Yeah.
We get Gohan in a tracksuit. That's about as lame as you think it is.
And also, side note, Gohan hasn't been training, so he's not as athletic as the others.
He's not as powerful as he should be, which, frankly, at this point, who cares? We're all disappointed at this point.
Spoilers. That's what happens when you have kids.
We already did a spoiler alert a lot. Oh, shush. Shush, I'll give my going. Spoilers. Anyway,
next we have Krillin.
Then we get Krillin. I already covered Krillin.
You know what? I love his intro. How they introduce him.
I do too. Well, we won't spoil that. We'll let people discover that one for themselves. But so that's our roster, and then we also get Tien.
You forgot?
Oh, I didn't. I didn't forget. How could you forget?
You cannot forget.
Forget what? Master Roshi.
Yeah, of all characters.
Master Roshi, I'm going to spoil this for you guys right now. If you loved World's Strongest, Master Roshi actually gets a lot more badass moments in that than he does in this one. He gets a lot more moments in this movie than he did in the last movie.
Actually,
he fought.
Yeah, so there's so many moments for him more than any of the movies combined.
Oh yeah, I'm like, man, thank you for making Master Roshi relevant. And then it actually kind of begs the question: how strong is he if he could take out those kind of soldiers?
Well, they're probably like, their low levels, or they average around 1,000.
Yeah, so how strong is Master Roshi?
Last I heard, his power level is 300, unless he actually started training again. Which would be interesting if they do that in Super.
Actually show Master Roshi training?
If he comes back on the training wagon. Because, come on, he's immortal. He's out, and he just sits around like...
He's not immortal. He's died before, remember? If you watch Dragon Ball.
Oh, that's right.
I know more than you. I know more than you. And I am... that absolutely means nothing.
Yeah, it does.
It means absolutely nothing.
One technicality.
One technicality. We are forever alone.
Wow.
Pushes his glasses up.
You don't wear glasses anymore.
I wear glasses. It's called contacts. Anyway, continuing on.
Good.
No, stop. We're getting off track.
Good lineup.
So we have a pretty good lineup, and each one of, and then we get Jocko, the space patroller.
Yeah.
Jocko. Now he's like he's like this little cunning little fellow. He didn't even want to fight, and Bulma makes him fight, and my goodness, when he fights, it's actually a really good fight.
Yeah, you can tell he's not as strong as some of the fighters, but he has his own, so you kind of wonder where he sits on the scale.
Yeah, you do, but the Z fighters go through, and we get 35 minutes with them. And when you guys see 35 minutes of, it's not just Master Roshi just fighting, they all split up, and they all start fighting individually. I mean, I freaked out when Tien did Tri-Beam, but that's what's called in English.
Yeah.
Kiko Hoshi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I freaked out. I'm sorry.
You caused a scene.
I did cause a scene. I did. I think I'm probably the only one who did cause a scene. There! He did it! He did it! He did it!
He did it! He said the word!
He said the thing! He said the thing! Right, he said the thing! The thing! Okay, shut up. And Gohan, for all you guys, yes, he goes Super Saiyan 2, but it isn't until, like, partway through the battle, to the last half of the battle. Piccolo has a lot of really cool moments.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking Krillin has some cool moments. Master Roshi, like I said, he has some cool moments. Jocko had probably one of the most best moments I've ever seen. His fights were creative.
They were.
I have never seen such creative fights before. And that's another thing about Resurrection F. All the fights, I was pleasantly entertained.
They were.
I did not for once was like, oh my god, here's another fight scene. I cannot believe it. When are we gonna get to Freeza fighting Goku? How long is this going to take? No, I was never like that. It actually was fun to watch them. So then Frieza steps up. And my God. He shows exactly why we all loved him so much.
Yeah.
Arrogant, cocky, full of himself, thinks he's the best in the world, believes he owns everything, believes he's owed this revenge, and is here for it, and is going to get it, whether he has to kill everybody or not.
He was determined he had his revenge.
He was very determined, and it was very cool. The voice acting, the dubbing, everything was great. Most of your favorite characters are all back, revoiced.
Yeah.
The guy who does Frieza, man, he did it in the video games.
Yeah.
In Xenoverse. I love that voice. That is absolutely perfect. It's not too girlish like, the original.
That was a woman.
I know.
That was
it's not too girlish, but it's also not too over the top. It's perfect. The voice fits well. The fight we get to, well, we're not going to spoil the Goku fight versus Frieza, but it's everything you would hope it would be.
Yeah.
If I have to say anything, it was. I have only one complaint about the fight, and that is Goku hogged all the spotlight. We didn't get a chance to see Vegeta at all.
Yeah.
But maybe if we did see Vegeta fight, Frieza wouldn't live. Frieza wouldn't really live that long for what happens at the end.
Yeah.
It's more of an ex machina. It's kind of a thing that I was expecting to happen, because when Whis mentions that power that he had, I was kind of like, oh god, that's our catalyst. Something's going to happen in the final fight, and that's going to happen where we're going to need to do that.
I didn't pick up on it until it actually happened. So
you should always pick up on that. I mean, at least look for it. There's always a catalyst somewhere. Yeah. There's always like an ex machina somewhere. And
what movie doesn't do an ex machina?
But see, it's not that it's okay if it's kind of cleverly disguised, but when it's point out, explained, it's one of those things where it's like, and if they don't do it, you kind of go, well, that's disappointing. They didn't even bother to do it. So you can't complain too much, but my only complaint would be that Vegeta's fighting, well, he wasn't really fighting too much.
Yeah. But, you know, it's just like... I think because it had... because Goku had... No, Frieza had the most beef with Goku.
Yes.
You know how he just beat him to near death and humiliated him and everything he wanted.
In his mind, yeah, Goku humiliated him.
Well, first he can't find Trunks, so that's one thing.
Yeah, he can't.
Yeah.
Well, they were wondering where he was. I mean, they even asked him, and they're like, "No, he's not." They couldn't find him. Like that was the second person he was looking for.
Yeah. Oh yeah, such a priority. So you find the first person who killed you dead, and then find the second person who maimed you to death.
Yeah.
Or to partly death.
Yeah, you know, and then that's the thing that, you know, the movie itself was absolutely enjoyable. I really did like it. I really did enjoy a lot of the parts that, I really did enjoy a lot of parts that were the talking parts, because there was a lot of banter between Frieza and Goku. There was a lot of banter between him and Vegeta. The movie had a lot of genuine funny moments, and if you're a fan of Dragon Ball Z, all the personalities are perfect. They go so well together. Akira Toriyama has written them to where they are funny. I mean, I got the most laughs out of this. Is probably the most laughs I had out of anything since Avengers. And when I mean it by character interaction, I mean it's actually kind of funny to see the character interaction.
Yeah.
Animation's great. Soundtrack, once again, is awesome. The characters are freaking awesome. It is nice to see, you know, it's nice to see. It brings up a lot of questions, though, for me, what the Super Saiyan God form, how strong it is, how strong Goku is.
How strong Frieza got.
How strong Frieza got. You know, and I would like them to one day show, like, you know, on a scale, like how strong they actually are at this point. But from what I heard, I think form Frieza got was almost godly in itself too. He said it's an evolution.
I know, it's like when you start to think about it, it's kind of scary.
Well, it's scary that in 4 months he's able to achieve that much power that took Goku the entire time from time he defeated Frieza, which would be what? Almost 10 years? 10 years to obtain that kind of power?
Yeah. Man, people thought Saiyans were scary.
Yeah.
That's even more scary.
It's more scary the fact that Frieza's race, once motivated or training, they can actually do some damage. So, I mean, what else? What other thoughts do you have on the movie? I mean, what else?
That's all I got, bro.
That's okay.
I enjoyed it. I mean,
yeah, okay.
Covered everything.
Oh, what do you... Okay, so personal opinions then.
I liked it.
Yeah?
I really did like it. I sincerely enjoyed it.
Yeah?
I would watch it again, actually. This is one of those movies I can watch again.
Yeah. This is one of those movies that I told Ryan as soon as it ended, I never say it unless it's about a few movies that I even like. I think I've told you that with Ant-Man, Age of Ultron, and what was the other movie we were watching that was just like...
Jurassic World?
Yeah, Jurassic World, where I just turned and looked at you and just said, I gotta have this on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And this is one of those movies, and it's very rare for me because usually I walk out and I go, oh, that's a nice movie. Maybe I'll rent it when I see it again. That was nice. Oh, I'll rent it.
Yeah.
Like, I really liked the movie. The English dubs were great.
Surprisingly, yeah.
Surprisingly, they were good. I'm glad they gotten a lot better at the pacing of the dubs. You know, in an unbiased opinion, it's not a perfect movie.
Nothing's perfect.
Nothing's perfect. Like I said, I totally disliked a few parts. I thought they went a little astray on, you know, how strong Frieza really got. I would have liked to see that development. I would have liked to see Vegeta fight more. I would have liked to, you know, I would have liked to have a little bit more of a reason for Beerus to even be there. But there's no big deal. You know, as an unbiased opinion, as a Dragon Ball Z fan, I love the movie. I'll watch it again. Would I recommend it to anybody who's not a Dragon Ball Z fan? No. I don't recommend animes to anybody at all.
Especially this movie. This one's really advanced in story.
Yeah.
It's so advanced, it's like...
It's like if you didn't watch the movie, if you didn't watch the series, if you didn't watch the show, if you didn't watch anything...
If you didn't at least see Battle of the Gods, you're going to be lost.
Oh yeah, you're going to be totally lost. You're going to be like, what's this?
And the characters and all their little moments and characters and personalities will not mean much to you.
Mm-hmm. So I don't recommend anime movies to anybody.
If you're a longtime DBZ fan, you'll enjoy it. You'll laugh at all the things that they throw back there that they kind of just hidden in there, little Easter eggs for longtime DBZ fans.
Mm-hmm.
Without like being like so like in your face about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there that's it's fan service, but it's like fan service for the right reason. It's telling a story. If you tell a story while you're doing fan service, it doesn't. You can't tell that you're doing fan service. A lot of the stuff with the Z Fighters was fan service, but it was with reason, and it had a story, it had a plot, and there was it was well put together for what it was. I'm gonna say I like the movie. I would say full price. Go out and buy it. Go out and see it. If you are a Dragon Ball Z fan, if you are not a Dragon Ball Z fan, if you're a casual one, you should go out and check it out. But first, go watch Battle of the Gods, then go watch this movie. But it's only out for at least another 7 days.
It's limited run, so if you can't catch it, at least rent it.
Yeah, or at least watch it on the Pirate Bay.
Don't encourage piracy.
I encourage piracy to no degree whatsoever. Now, if you guys do it, that is not because I told you to do it. It's because you are evil people.
Evil. All pirates are evil. Even Luffy. Hang him. Hang Luffy.
Wow.
Yes.
That got dark. We're going to end this, man. Okay, so once again, thank you for listening to Pause for a Second, our podcast that appears only apparently when we do movies.
Hey, that's your direction, not mine.
Hey, if you for once came up with something we can actually talk about, maybe, just maybe, these podcasts will be about that.
But just like the Shinra wishes, they're all bad in your eyes.
They are, actually.
Anyway, with that...
Yeah, you that flopped. You hear that? You hear that? Flopped. That's a joke, okay? It made a thud as it fell.
Shut up.
Would you like to hear it again? No? Okay, good.
Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Have a good night.